Hello, my name is Kim Kuzma and welcome to my capstone final presentation. For the capstone project, I chose to write a curriculum unit that authentically incorporates technology and digital media into the world language classroom. My teaching career started at a time when email was emerging as an efficient technology tool. A lot has changed since then and continues to change rapidly in the digital world. To be an effective educator, I recognize the need to continually adapt and update my lessons to include engaging and exciting activities and skills that are relevant to the world of today's students and their futures. With this unit, I am providing students guidance and practice in digital and technology literacy tools. The need for this unit was based on observations of young people in schools and at home. Also, the multiple organizations, including national and state departments of education, in addition to coalitions of businesses and educators, have issued a call to action for improving our students' skills in technology and digital literacy. I developed this unit inspired to use technology as a tool to connect my students' language learning to real-world experiences and skills. My work focused on developing lessons that would result in positive attitudes to learning because students will use tools with which they are already familiar. The research question that drove the development of this curriculum was how can digital modalities, including the internet, videos, Twitter, and websites, meaningfully and authentically enhance learning in the world language curriculum. Sub-questions that added to this research question were what existing technologies can support student development in digital literacy while learning French, and what digital creation and presentation tools are meaningful to the language learning content. The American Council of Teachers of Foreign Languages, or ACTFL, traditionally outlines the inclusion of the 5 C's in language classrooms: communication, cultures, connections, comparisons, and communities. Importantly, in 2017 Position Statement on Technology in Foreign Language Classes, ACTFL recognizes that in the 21st century, it is critical that teachers leverage technology use in achieving skillful, competent, and world-class citizens. Other education researchers argue that technology and digital literacy are the 4th fundamental skill after reading, writing, and arithmetic. The use of this empowering tool needs to move beyond teachers and become a part of student-centered learning activities, providing students with the knowledge and practice to be skillful, critical consumers and producers of digital media. Researchers point out that although today's students are digital natives, born into a time that has never been without smartphones and fast Wi-Fi connections, they still need guidance and instruction to use this tool for deepened learning and knowledge. Some caution that too much digital media lessens other skills such as deliberation and reflection, or that it can become addictive and all-consuming. Still others complain that devices are a distraction in the classroom. However, these are exactly the reasons for educators to be intentional in their incorporation of these tools in the classroom. With careful planning, the benefits of technology and digital media can be leveraged to better engage students and improve learning outcomes. The curriculum unit I designed includes 10 lessons that are meant to be used over the course of the first semester of school. 4 of these lessons are preparing students for technology vocabulary in French that will be used throughout the year and teaching skills about appropriate use of online language resources to avoid common errors in copying. Lesson 1 is the motivational set that sets up students to recognize that there are false websites existing online and what are the different strategies they can use to determine between authentic, reliable sources and those misleading ones. Lesson 2 presents and practices using online translators and reference sites. There are a lot of common words in English that students use Google Translate to look up in French and end up with the wrong word. So practicing skills to recognize and use these references appropriately is a good way to start the year. Lesson 4 teaches French-specific vocabulary for technology items such as computers, internet search, Google, texting, and gives them an opportunity to practice speaking and hearing this vocabulary in use. Lesson 6 is a fun lesson introducing text vocabulary. In English, one of the most common would be LOL for laugh out loud. Well, a lot of these exist in French also. And a fun way to practice that was using an online software application where students can create their own cartoons, where the cartoon characters are actually speaking in text abbreviations. 3 of the lessons set up reoccurring activities that will take place throughout the entire school year. First, there is Twitter, using Twitter for language practice. Each week, the teacher will send out a tweet that is in French and a prompt for students to reply to the teacher and each other about this prompt that will usually be a simple question. There will also be an ongoing curating assignment where students will be collecting resources to practice language and learning about French culture throughout the world. So this will be a sharing opportunity. And this lesson 8 is a classroom blog site where each student will blog once a month on a topic, and they will also be responding to each other. We're also going to invite outside French speakers to participate in reading and responding and commenting on the blogs to make the audience more authentic. And of course, this would all be in the French language. The remaining 3 lessons allow students to use a variety of digital media to produce presentations, again with a broad audience in mind. Using French technology in a variety of applications, students will practice these skills and produce products to share, making the learning relevant while practicing 21st century skills. And they will include creating an infographic with the software application of their choice. This example is, they're going to use these to introduce themselves to the class, so reviewing last year's vocabulary while also getting to know this year's classmates. And this infographic was made in the Canva site. The culminating project for the semester will be creating a Weebly website with a partner where they are basically creating a website geared towards tourism about a French-speaking city other than Paris. And then we will be presenting those websites to an audience of students, parents, and school administrators. And also the audience will be the last lesson of the unit, where students will choose to visit a city through one of their classmates' websites and create a postcard of that visit that will include language and images. So again, making sure that there is a broad audience for the items that students are producing in the class. This curriculum unit endeavored to present lessons that would set up the foreign language classroom as a place where students practice their digital literacy and technology skills while learning to speak, read, write, listen, and explore culture in French. The research and sub-questions drove the creation of the resulting lessons that incorporate over 10 digital modalities, specific discussions of appropriate use and behavior online, and clear direction to use authentic, credible resources. Each of the 10 lessons accomplishes the purpose outlined in the research questions. Students not only practice French during this unit, but also gain knowledge and direction on how to use technology and digital tools to present information, deepen learning, share with an audience, and collaborate with peers. Developing this unit challenged my own digital and technology learning as I had to research resources that were affordable and appropriate for classroom use. It was fun to practice with the many software applications and discover which ones were student-friendly and available for my use with my future students. The result, I think, is a set of meaningful lessons that can be adapted to different age groups and content areas. And I invite you to check out my website and see if any of these lessons can be adapted for your own classroom. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck with your unit.